All right. Hopefully, I'm actually live now. I'm trying to see if I am live. Hopefully, I'm. Hey, I think I am. Great. Uh, so this is a very interesting thing that I've come up with from OpenSecrets.org. Now, this is shows that Autism Speaks basically gave in contributions $134,000 to and this is the different places that these went to. Now, what's interesting here is this is where, and then the Autism Speaks basically is credited with another $370,000. This is all in 2023. Now, what this says here is note the organization itself did not donate, but rather the money came from the organization's individual members or employees or owners and those individuals' immediate family members. The organizations themselves cannot contribute to candidates' party committees, subsidiaries, whatever. So basically, if McDonald's says only one Big Mac, free Big Mac per family, it's like somebody given saying, okay, well, say we're not all the same family, and you just go in by yourself, and you go in, and each family member goes in by themselves, so they all get a hamburger, kind of thing. Um, there's always ways to get around things. So basically, these donations were given. This was given to the RNC. Now, this is what I want to know. Why does Autism Speaks in any way, shape, or form want to have their name associated with giving money to the Republican National Congressional Committee? Now, what that is, now this is it right here. The National Republican Congressional Committee is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives. So this is a really weird trail that we're going down here. So technically, um, this money, according to this, the organization itself did not donate, but rather the money came from the organization's individual members, employees. Why is this organization involved with giving money directly to an organization that its only purpose is to get more Republicans in the House of Representatives? There are people who donated money to Autism Speaks thinking it would go to autistic people, and then somehow Autism Speaks is getting involved with getting their family members from the organization's individual members, employees, owners, or those immediate family members to donate basically in the name of Autism Speaks, I guess. Um, and then these are politicians. So these blues, I imagine, are Democrats. So they gave to one specific politician. They didn't give much to any particular politician. The most was this Alred Collin. Now this is from 20. Okay, the cycle says 2024, but this is from 2023. Now the DNC Services Corp. They did give $1,300. This is the organization itself did not donate, but rather the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, owners, and those individuals' immediate family. Why in the world is Autism Speaks getting involved with giving money directly to um, the DNC Services Corporation operates as a nonprofit organization. The organization promotes democratic platform and coordinating party organizational activities. Okay, this says including civil rights, so at least that's vaguely has something to do with autistic people. Um, Healthcare, Social Security, the DNC services committees in the United States. This is still a political organization. a democratic platform. There are so many organizations out there that are not specifically political that help different disabilities. Why is since 1990 is Autism Speaks attributed now with over $500,000 in contributions to different people. Why is Autism Speaks, an organization who's supposed to be helping autistic people, giving money to a organization that just wants to have Republicans in the House of Representatives? Why are they involved at all in this? Whether they specifically or did not. See, this is the weird thing. So basically what this is basically these people, individuals, it says, individuals that are donating, I guess, in Autism Speaks names. And so here's all these contributions that are, what have you? Why? Particularly the Republican Party. How many autistic people want Autism Speaks to be helping out the Republican Party in any way, shape, or form, or to be associated with anything that is helping the Republican Party? That's what I want to know. So I'm really trying to get to the bottom of this. The organization itself did not donate, so that's saying Autism itself speaks, but rather the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, owners, and those individuals' immediate family members. So this came from, like, let's say hypothetically the CEO of Autism Speaks wanted to give to Alfred Collins. He wanted Autism Speaks to, but so he tells his wife to donate X amount of money to this person in the name of Autism Speaks. So maybe it works that kind of way. Maybe that, you got to understand, this is shifting money around to basically pay people off, essentially. This is shady, shifting money around, sending money to different places and so forth. I mean, you would never ever be able to track this money penny for penny. It'd be impossible. Even within these organizations, they wouldn't do that. So the question is, why is Autism Speaks involved? Why are they having their family members, individual employees or owners, according to this, donating in the name of Autism Speaks to specific political parties? If you were trying to do favors, or if you were trying to buy off politicians, so to speak, and do it legitly, how would you do it? Would you not do it like this? By having your family members give gifts in the name of Autism Speaks? Particularly when you're getting bonuses of hundreds of thousands of dollars. See how that works? So that's what this stuff is really truly about, in all honesty. In other news, I find this is extremely interesting. The Better Business Bureau has rated Autism Speaks as an accredited charity, and it meets the standards of the Better Business Bureau. According to the Better Business Bureau, their mission seeks to verify the trustworthiness of public soliciting charities by completing rigorous evaluations. How in the world could the Better Business Bureau, um, how in the world could the Better Business Bureau rate Autism Speaks as an accredited charity? How could they give them a good rating? But that's exactly what's happened here, which I think is very, very interesting. I have no idea why. And here they start, they go into their standards or whatever, board oversight or whatever. I don't know what all this jargon is. Um, but to basically, there's what they're saying is like, here's truthful materials, website disclosures, things like that. An organization whose the people it says it's supposed to support, the majority of those people hate that organization, and yet the Better Business Bureau thinks they're a great organization. They must have some hellacious low standards. Let's see. Maybe April 2nd. Maybe April 2nd. Everybody should give a call to the Better Business Bureau and ask them what's going on. I think I need to make a video. Maybe people need to call up the Better Business Bureau and ask them how in the world that's the case. That's so crazy to me. I'm gonna um I'm gonna make a quick video about that. This is so crazy. Now I would like to know how in the world does the Better Business Bureau rate Autism Speaks as an accredited charity? They meet the standards of the Better Business Bureau. How in the world is that even possible? How's that happen? That's what I would like to know. Um, Now, I would like to know how. Okay. I so hate it when my phone does that. My phone comes on by itself. It's like possessed. So back to this open secrets, following the money in politics. So they're talking about Autism Speaks here. Recipients. Let's see something here. I want to go down this little. Okay, so it is true the number of recipients by far was Democrats. But if you look at that, what's interesting is it's like $20 here, whatever. Um, they gave one Republican 75 from individuals. Now this is remember this is quote from individuals. I think in the name of Autism Speaks. So this is what Autism Speaks supposedly, because Autism Speaks can't itself contribute to these to anything political. They can give their employees bonuses, and their employees' families can give to whatever parties they want to. And see, rather the money came from the organization's individuals, members, employees, or owners, and those individuals' immediate family members. So if you give such and such to the National Republican Congressional Committee, $1,000, I'll give you 1,100. And I'll give your husband 1,100 in a bonus. They make $100 or whatever. The numbers are probably always going to be much bigger, but basically that's kind of how these kind of things tend to work. It's people paying each other off, people doing each other favors. Nonetheless, Any way you would look at it, people who have good intentions give to Autism Speaks, thinking they're giving to autistic people. In turn, the executives, whoever from the organization, this is what this says, not me. This says what Open Secret says. The organization itself does not donate, but rather the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, owners, and those of the immediate family members. And see how that works? It's all tied together. It's all tied together. And so, like it says, zero from any of these organizations, but these are from individuals. But Autism Speaks is accredited with $134,000 in contributions and lobbying $170,000. Okay, so let's see. This even gets deeper than I thought. This is fun. I didn't go look at the totals here. So contributions. Look at that. Up almost $147,000 to the Republicans by party of recipient. Now these all these things basically they aren't directly from Autism Speaks. They're in the name from family members. It said so forth of Autism Speaks from individual members, employees, owners, and those individuals' immediate family members of the basically people who work for Autism Speaks or own it. So that's what this is. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I want to go down this road. So the totals, contributions, total source of funds. So this is all individuals. This little bit is from, I don't know what soft is. I don't know what soft money is, to tell you the truth. Now here we're starting to give the percentages. To in 2024, they are credited with $2,200 for the Democrats and $132,000, 275. What is going on here? Why is Autism Speaks involved at all with politics? This is the indirect way. See, for days now, I've been talking about this, how they want to get in bed with, I'm talking to autistic people. Everybody's going like, what are you talking about? What kind of bed is that? Basically, people, they want to get the favors or whatever these politicians, they want to hopefully gain favors of them, such as them writing legislation that produces grants and so forth that are tailor-made for such organizations that would only fit the description of that grant, such as, well, you know, Autism Speaks or something like that. It's that kind of thing that goes on. So yeah, here's the contributions. Once again, from individuals, 134,000 party committees. And that, the party committee that we're talking about is the National Republican Congressional Committee. That's where that 132,000 went to, which is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. So the only purpose of this organization is to get more Republicans voted in the House of Representatives. So let's think about this. I right now am talking about the National Republican Congressional Committee, whose job, whose purpose, according to them on their site right here, is to increase the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. We started out talking about Autism Speaks. But this website, opensecrets.org, takes us straight to the Republican Party. And somewhat the Democrat Party. Takes us to a bunch of individual Democrats here. Joe Biden's one of them. And these people may have no idea that of any of this, that particularly these little things that went on, they won't have any specific idea of specifically how, who's trading which money, which is where. Basically, they just get paid off and they don't care in general. Okay, so Autism Speaks, according to OpenSecrets.org here, is accredited with contributions of $134,000, whatever. Uh, this is basically directly to the Republican National Republican Congressional Committee, the DNC Services Corp, and then these individual politicians. The blues are basically Democrats, and the red here. Now, the overwhelming amount of money, of course, here went to the National Republican Congressional Committee. Now, what's weird is, why are we talking about this? Where in the hell did this come from? Because this says here specifically that the organization itself did not donate the money. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, owners, and those individual immediate family members. So basically, these people, as I understand it, or whatever, are giving to like the RNC in the name of Autism Speaks, and then they get credited with this kind of thing. And then all this money is donated on behalf of Autism Speaks. This is the so this we're that's $500,000. Not bad. Not bad. The thing is this is just donated to politics, to politician stuff. Does not go to autistic people. It has nothing to do with autistic people. So Autism Speaks itself is getting involved with promoting this organization. Now, it's got its name in this, okay? Somehow it's got its name into this. And the only purpose of this organization is to put Republicans in the House of Representatives. And $132,000 by individuals that have to do, that are associated with, one way or another, Autism Speaks, gave this amount of money to politicians in the name of Autism Speaks. So they had family members, etc., whatever, give to these things. What do they get in return? Well, this organization just got this amount of money. Basically, this is probably from like the CEO. And I'm saying probably. This is just how these kind of things work. These favors kind of get paid back and forth, and this is how your politicians get money from organizations like Autism Speaks. This is how it works. I'm not saying this is exactly how it happened here. I'm not saying that these people did anything illegal, because it's not. It's not. This is all perfectly legal. The question is people are giving to Autism Speaks in good faith, thinking that they're helping autistic people. Autism Speaks, in turn, is trying to get Republicans elected in the House of Representatives, because that's what they're standing behind. That's what their name is being said has given to this National Republican Congressional Committee. So this represents favors, $500,000 of favors, essentially. Eventually, these are kind of expected, but they're expected to be paid back in one way or another. And they are by other types of favors. Maybe Autism Speaks wants a certain type of bill or a grant to be written, government grant to be written, that only they will be qualified for. Or other things like that, so that they can get that payback. And so that's kind of how these underhanded things happen. But the thing is this. Why is Autism Speaks being accredited with? Why is it involved with? Why is its name here on lobbying and giving contributions to almost exclusively this this organization that only exists to put Republicans in the House of Representatives. How is this happening? What is going on? I think people need to know about this. Okay, so this is not Autism Speak giving directly, but it's rather, as it says, the organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members or employees, owners, and those individuals' immediate family members. The organizations themselves cannot contribute to candidates or party committee. This reminds me. I remember there was it was some organization or whatever, and they couldn't sell beer at this park, and they were trying to sell beer for whatever reason, and they said no, you can't sell beer. Now it was legal to drink beer in the in this uh, park. So what they did is they had you buy the Dixie cup for $1 or whatever, and you could fill it with whatever you wanted to. I mean, they checked to make sure that you could drink the beer that was there that was offered, but they just gave all that stuff away for free. And that's kind of how they. Or I think one time it was buy a straw and get the drink free kind of thing. And this is kind of the switch bait and switching that's going on. Well, this is okay. This is the thing. Okay, I don't know that this is a legit thing. I have no idea what this Open Secrets. It's called OpenSecrets.org, and I found this today. And if this is a legit thing, which I think it is actually, it says that Autism Speaks is accredited with $134,000 of contributions that goes directly to um, Republicans, Democrats, or their organizations, and then the lobbying, which I can't remember. That's another deal. But basically, out of this, is actually there's a total here. It's a little bit more than that. But out of all this money, $132,000 went to the National Republican Congressional Committee, whose only purpose is to put Republicans in the House of Representatives. Now, Autism Speaks did not directly give any money. Rather, according to this, the organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members or employees or owners and individuals' immediate family members. So, like the CEO's daughter, sister, mother, wife, that kind of thing. They donate as individuals in the name of Autism Speaks to Joe Biden, $210. Now, does Joe Biden have any idea about what's going on here specifically, whatever? No, no. I'm not even saying that any of these people necessarily know what's going on or anything else or even care. All these people know how these contributions, how all this stuff works, and how organizations like this basically sell the Dixie cup, but you get the beer. Okay? And that's what's going on here. That's how these favors work and with politicians and the corporations and so forth. Now, if anyone wants to know for sure what is the National Republican Congressional Committee, according to their site, the National Republican Congressional Committee is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. Yeah, let your friends know what's going on. I'm going to be covering this. Now, I'm going to go off. Yeah, no, I'll stay on camera here. This I propose maybe April 2nd we should all give. That would be a Tuesday. Maybe April 2nd we should all give the Better Business Bureau a call also, to ask them why They think Autism Speaks is an accredited organization. Did I just lose live for a second there? I saw a flicker. That was very interesting. I saw a flicker. Um, my computer won't go down. Some of my screens might go down if I was to lose power, but my computer, I'd still keep my connection for a while. Um, I've got backup stuff. So, the Better Business Bureau, this right here, the Better Business Bureau, it is a Better Business Bureau accredited charity. 20, okay, so here's their 20 standards. Okay. Board oversight, a board of directors, a board of directors. Okay, yeah. It has board meetings, board compensation, conflict of interest. No transactions in which the board members have material conflicting interests with the charity resulting from any relationships, business affiliation. I think there is one, but for sure. Effectiveness policy, have a board assessing effectiveness report, submit organization's governing body. Okay, this is how. Okay, see, this says spends no more on fundraising than 35%. I think it's actually technically, when you get down to it, it's much higher, but you can put those things under different categories. Accumulating funds, audit report, detail, yeah, expense breakdown, budget plan. Complaints. Okay, finally. Respond promptly and act on complaints brought to the attention by the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Alliance about fundraising practices, privacy policy violations, and or other issues. It says so right here. They have not gotten enough complaints. The Better Business Bureau has not gotten enough complaints about Autism Speaks. That's what's going on, because technically they're probably checking off every single one of these as a nonprofit. They are probably checking off every one of these internally, like in how they run their business or whatever, in their reports and all that stuff. They're probably doing very well there. It's under the complaints here. This is why the autistic community needs to go to the Better Business Bureau as a community and ask them why Autism Speaks is accredited. We need to put a stop to this right here. Okay, you know the site, Tyler? Is that a legit site? This Open Secrets, is that totally legit? I mean, I think it is. So maybe you know a little something about this. It says the organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, owners, those individuals' immediate family members. So that's people directly tied to the organization. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. I yesterday there was one that was saying that according to the FBI, um, it fit the bill as a IST organization. Yeah, one of those IST organizations. Now, I have not looked into that yet. I was planning on doing that today, but I found this from the Better Business Bureau, and then then I found this other thing. So we need to be talking about the Better Business Bureau. I think on April 2nd, the autistic community should give the Better Business Bureau a call. We should just inundate them with phone calls, asking them why they have accredited, why it doesn't fit. Because right here we have complaints. Okay, this is. Does the organization respond promptly and act on complaints brought to its attention by the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Alliance or by the Better Business Bureau's About Fundraising Practices, privacy policy violations, and or other issues? Now here it is, and or other issues. The autistic community not feeling that we are represented by the uh, Autism Speaks. And that's where our complaint to the Better Business Bureau should be, that the Autism Speaks does not represent us and that we hate them. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to make a video here pretty soon. I might do it while I'm live. I might I don't know, I might turn my camera off for a little bit. But I guess definitely got to make a video on this. But I think, and there's something else. I think I'm gonna encourage us to do a day each in April, because when you look here, meet our partners. What if a business day in April we designated like the second to the Better Business Bureau, the third to calling Wilson and letting Wilson know what the autistic community thinks about Autism Speaks, because this is Autism Speaks, their partners. These are the corporations that are in partnership with Autism Speaks. Now, we all know, I'm going to give them credit that they think that they're doing a good thing. This is like they come on, it's like a committee, in New York or something, or in LA, of rich business people that work at Wilson, and they're like, okay, let's look really good. How can we help people? How can we give Wilson good? Well, we can help them autistic people. Yeah, Autism Speaks. Bam, they got a partnership with Autism Speaks. It looks good for the company. Maybe on their packaging they put the little puzzle piece, we support Autism Speaks. It looks good for Wilson. Now Wilson is qualifying Autism Speaks as a legitimate organization. See how that works? Isn't that great? So maybe if we were to dedicate a day, a business day each in April, to calling, like this would be April, Wilson would be April 3rd, Costco, April 4th, which would be a Thursday, April 5th. I don't know if we need to bother with Home Depot, because Home Depot, I'd have to come up with a calendar or something. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I have no idea, but have a calendar here. Home Depot, the reason I say we wouldn't need to borrow with them, the guy who owns Home Depot or owned it, gave $35 million to start Autism Speaks. So Home Depot probably doesn't care, but we could still do it to put pressure on them. But we could still do it to put pressure on them. And we got Chuck E. Cheese here, Samsung. If they got inundated with calls from the autistic community in protest, could that not make an idea, particularly starting with the Better Business Bureau? There's also a website, if you put Autism Speaks legit. Okay, so the first thing that pops up here when it's like to check things out is Charity Navigator. Charity Navigator is another one, 100% 4-star charity. This is the first thing that comes up on Google when people are checking to see if a nonprofit is cool, if it's good to go. And Charity Navigator gives them a 100% 4-star rating. I think if the autistic community picked a day in April to call up Charity Navigator or get a hold of them, here's their phone number right here. I think that that might make a difference. That make if they get inundated with calls. In addition to my very favorite, Calling Autism Speaks. Yes, my very favorite. We need to log on to the Autism Speaks website in April to let Autism Speaks know how much we appreciate them. I've got a laptop here. I've got a tablet here. Um, I could just go to their website and let them know how much I appreciate them all April. And if their website got overwhelmed with too many people letting them know how much we love them, so that it kind of crashed and people couldn't donate to them in April, their highest donation month, or if people were calling them during their business hours all day long, letting the autistic community communicating with Autism Speaks, letting them know how much we appreciate them, and their phone systems got overwhelmed and people couldn't get through in April to donate to Autism Speaks. Wouldn't that be a shame if they just didn't get all those donations in their highest donation month? That's what I'm talking about. This is Eileen. This is Token. I'm calling her Token. This is all in fun. Okay. She is autistic. She is like the media person. She is the corporate staff. I understand. And this was what my purpose was, to look at the finances today. Maybe I'll get to it. um, she is autistic. Her two sons here are autistic. As I recall, she got like a $250,000 bonus last year, if I'm correct. Autism Speaks paid for one of her sons to get a diagnosis, which I think is great. However, it looks really weird when out of that 4% that goes to actually autistic people, probably because she is actually autistic, it went out of that 4% of funds, the family fund. So a corporate member of Autism Speaks still got a kickback. Now she gets bonuses. She probably has an expense account and her salary, and because she's actually autistic, and I think it's cool that her son got diagnosed. Don't get me wrong. It just looks really weird when one of the executive staff is getting a kickback from that very fund. See what I'm saying? How that looks shady. How many other autistic kids did Autism Speaks pay for their diagnosis? That's what I would like to know. How many other kids? Now, where did I get this from? She said it. She said it on the Autism Speaks YouTube channel. If you put Autism Speaks, and I don't remember which video it is. It's one of my early.
We wanted help.
Ouch! 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 It's one of these where she's sitting here, and I think this is probably her office or home office or something, where she's giving these interviews. I think it was actually the one where they were talking about hate comments and stuff where I came up. I think they were talking about me in this one. But she herself is the one who said that. Said that Autism Speaks paid for one of her sons to get that diagnosis. And like I said, I'm very happy he did. I'm glad she's diagnosed and everything else. That's great. I'm 1,000% for that. So let's go right back. Now I got to start all over. Okay, Tyler. I have no idea except for to just make up a calendar. Okay, this is kind of funny. I've got this whiteboard here. This is my whiteboard. I put down my ideas on it. It's a dry erase. Right now I'm keeping track of my hours, of how many hours of this 100 hours that I've been doing this live stream. Isn't it weird, these things that I'm coming up with, though, that people aren't talking about? I think it'd be great. I hope this gets some traction with some people, some loudmouths in our community. And we've got some loudmouths. We've got some great loudmouths in our community. Um, I hope they get a hold of this because they're much better spoken than I am. They have much more charisma than I do. They probably are smarter than, and they got louder mouths than I do. Nothing but love there. Nothing but love, okay? Okay, so this is opensecrets.org. This they're talking about Autism Speaks. In the name of Autism Speaks, $134,000 was given to politicians and $170,000 was given in lobbying. Now, this was not directly by Autism Speaks, but by their individual members, employees, owners, or and those individuals' immediate family members. So this is people who are tied directly to Autism Speaks. In one way or another, they gave contributions to autism or to these um, organizations here and these politicians in the name of Autism Speaks. Okay, so people are giving money to an organization hoping that it gets to autistic people. In turn, this organization is somehow involved with the National Republican Congressional Committee getting $132,000. And the only purpose of the National Republican Congressional Committee, their only purpose is to, according to them, oh, that's the DNC. Where's the RNC? Okay. The National Republican Congressional Committee is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. So let's backtrack again because this is so weird, right? Let's backtrack again. Okay, so a person gives money to Autism Speaks thinking that it's going to go to an autistic person. In turn, Autism Speaks gets involved with their family members, employees, owners, individuals, people who are very, very close to Autism Speaks, who are donating now. I hate it when that blue crap comes up. Who are donating now in the name of Autism Speaks. So this could be like the wife of the CEO. Okay, why don't you give $5,000 or whatever, and then there's promises and stuff like that and things that happen where people start getting kickbacks and favors start getting done. And that's all the things that I've seen happen at the kitchen table. My father was a Texas oil man, and when you see these movies where there's the big boardroom with all the those decisions are not freaking being made there. That is hilarious. That is absolute BS. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. I've seen it happen at like $100 kitchen tables where like three major corporation multi-million dollar deals are sitting down are being made with two or three people just sitting there. Then the next morning they call their secretaries or whatever, or they say, okay, put the board together, we're gonna blah 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 blah. That's what I saw happen. That's these behind the scenes deals where they actually decide what's going to happen. Then they go to their people and they make this stuff happen here. Does that make sense? So the paper trail and everything else is worked out here with by their people. I'm gonna have to take a break, I think. My POTS is getting to me right now for some reason. Okay, so this is opensecrets.org. Here are contributions. There are recipients. It tells us exactly who got the money. Remember, this is all political stuff. Autism Speaks at the headline here. Now, I'm not saying that they directly made these contributions, but their name sure got involved. Congressional committees. Armed Service Committee gets money in the name of Autism Speaks. The Armed Services Committee. Agriculture? Is that so we don't grow autism in our peas or something? Wait, the judiciary? What's going on here? Homeland Security? Okay, family member, people who are very close to Autism Speaks, in the name of Autism Speaks, are giving money in the name of Autism Speaks to some Democrat for Homeland Security, for the Armed Services Committee, for the Intelligence Committee, for the United States Government's Intelligence Service, basically. I think, is that not what this is? How is Autism Speaks' name in any of this? That's what I want to know. Lobbying. Now, they can have excuses for lobbying. Well, we're lobbying for autism awareness campaigns and things like that. That's how they're going to get away with that. The this actor, whatever. Okay, so this is the first evidence I've seen where they've but see, they had people lobby in the name of Autism Speaks and give money, and these are the things they lobbied for. At least that has something to do protecting all patients. Accessible living. Okay, so these actually look legit so far. Autism Family Caregivers Act. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this SSI savings penalty. Okay, these. Okay, Organ Transplant Discrimination Prevention Act. Now that's a freaking stretch for autistic people. That doesn't have anything. At least, like with SSI, you could say, well, an autistic person, you know. But what does that have to do with organ transplants? We don't buy. Autism isn't a thing in which we need organ transplants. We're all probably going to end up on SSI or SSDI. But having autism has nothing to do with specifically with any kind of organ anything. Department of Defense appropriations. Department of Defense appropriations. What is going on here? Again, this is okay. This is all under the subheading of Autism Speaks. This is under the subheading of Autism Speaks. That one way or another, Autism Speaks' name is being associated with people giving money in their name to the Department of Defense Appropriations Act of 2024. I hope somebody sees this and I get some or somebody else, somebody with some clout, somebody who's smarter than me gets a hold of this stuff because this is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Air Carrier Access Amendments Acts of 2023 for air carriers? Autism Speaks. Wow. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. I'm having fun here. This is crazy. I've been on this for 2 hours now. No, for an hour. I've been recording for 2 hours, so actually maybe it has been 2 hours. Because I think I did have to go off briefly. We'll just call it an hour. Okay, so we are going to go back again. I'm not going to review this anymore. I'm going to see what else I can find out. I'm going to look up now, just for entertainment. Now, I spelled it wrong. And I'm not saying this word. Um. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try this one. What I'm looking up is I saw some accusation somewhere. Okay, I think this is another huge story. Are you still there, Tyler? This is a huge story. This is February 13th, 2024. People need to talk about this. Why Autism Speaks fits the bill as a hate group. This is by DJ Schultz. This is International Policy Digest. I did not, uh, I'm not saying this. Okay? Um, but what, according to International Policy Digest, this is a DJ Schultz. I'm pretty darn sure he's an autistic person. I am almost positive DJ is an autistic person. I like almost absolutely positive. Uh, he's a Muslim. Okay, he's not identifying as an autistic person here. Maybe he will in this article. Who knows? But let's go right into this article. This is huge. I kind of do want to download this as a PDF. I'm scared to do that though. Um, see if I can get rid of this. Yay! Okay, they're letting me. I it's so funny when you have these autistic articles and so forth, and they're all in white. Then I have to get out my shades. Okay, in the wake of terrorist attack Toronto, I actually said that word. Hopefully, I don't get flagged. I got to remember which words I say because of being on TikTok. Um, Southern Law Poverty Center added a new category of groups for groups espousing male supremacy. A voice for men, Return of Kings. I applaud them for doing that. Whatever. The Southern Poverty Law Center defines a hate group as a group whose beliefs, practices attack, malign an entire group of people, typically for their immutable characteristics. Well, by definition, that has happened. Absolutely. Autism Speaks has um, portrayed us in a very bad way, of course. The FBI defines a hate group as whose primary purpose is to promote animosity, hostility, or malice against persons belonging to a race, religion, disability. Here's keyword disability. Um, National origins, which differs from that members of the organization. Now, that would not fit. That does not fit. If that is the FBI's definition, I'm going to quit this article, I think, because it's BS. Um, right here, a hate group whose primary purpose is to promote animosity, hostility, or malice. Um, well, they were created to completely eliminate autism, and thus eliminate a disability, eliminate a type of people. That's what the organizations was founded upon. So in that respect, they did fit that description. However, right now, I don't know that their primary purpose is to promote animosity, hostility, or malice against autistic people. Now I think they're just a money making organization trying to make money off of autistic people, and they don't really care, and they're just trying to walk that line so that they can still make money. Um, I certainly don't think they wake up every day and say, "How shall we promote animosity, hostility, or malice against autistic people. I don't think so. Come on, come on. So um, this says why autism speaks. Why autism speaks fits the bill as a hate group. I'm ignoring the rest of this. Sorry, DJ, but by your own definition, you're kind of pushing it. Um, okay, maybe they just miss. I'm going to go ahead and go with it because maybe they just misspoke here. Autism Speaks was founded in 2005 by Bob Wright and his wife Suzanne. I knew her name before I read it. After their grandson Christian, who was diagnosed with autism, of course. Is this an autism? No. They always say with autism. It's always a person first. They never, ever, ever say autistic people. Um, After they received 25 million from Bernard Marcus, I thought it was 35. I said 35 earlier. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was 25 million, but I thought it was 35. I'm pretty sure it is 35. That's the number I've seen. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check that. I will remember to double check that the next time I see that number. Who would serve on the Autism Speaks board of directors? So when they started Autism Speaks in 2005, they wanted to eliminate autism through genetic studies and so forth. They wanted it to cure it so that no one would ever be born with autism. By definition, eliminating a brain type, by definition, genocide of a type of people, of a type of person, a type of human. The organization is behind multiple awareness campaigns. Now, this being said, yeah, they actually are. World Autism Awareness Day, Light It Up Blue. All this is absolutely 100% accurate. I'm going to get rid of my face here for a moment. Um, God, it is so cold in here. So cold. Okay. I'm going to continue to read this. Okay. I am medicating right now as we're looking at this. The controversy surrounds Autism Speaks media portrayals of autism. And what they're talking about here, yeah, they're going to go into Autism Every Day. That's the second film. When was Autism Every Day written?